Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rainy Day Podcast. I am your host, Adrian Rainey, and gonna talk about these Miami Dolphins today, man. Just absolute disaster yesterday. Probably the worst way you could ever start a season for the Miami Dolphins. And we're gonna talk about it all today. I'm joined by, and I am honored for sure, because this is probably one of the first Dolphin podcasts I ever watched. Ace per head, um, Ace per head zone. Curtis, we got him in here, man. How we doing, Curtis?
Oh, dog, you make me feel like somebody. Make me feel special, man. I like that, man. Thank you,
For
brother, for
sure,
having me
man.
on. Adrian, I
Hey,
appreciate it.
for sure. I'm so happy you came on and honored, man.
My honor.
Because
My honor.
I've been watching you for a long time, and I just feel like your takes, like people say, well, I feel like you spot on with the team, man. Like the heartbeat and everything that's going on with the team. I feel like you're just so on point with it, and you know what I'm saying? It's your opinion, of course, but you only stating facts, and you only say what you feel, man, and that's all we can ask for. You're a Dolphin fan.
Long time. 1978.
Yeah, so you've been through all the pain, longer than most of us, man. So, but the game yesterday, I mean, can't do anything really, aside from maybe one player, and that's probably, in my opinion, Devon Achan, the only one that actually like had anything going. Nobody
There
did
was a few, though.
anything.
No, there was a few. There's a few. There's a few.
Yeah.
You
So,
know, but
so
he was he's, because he's the skill guy. He's easy. But I thought Patrick Paul had a great game.
oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I was definitely talking about like skill players for
Oh, yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, but
Don't count
I
two in
want to
that
start.
one.
I want to start with the defense though, because I mean, just getting ran up and down the field, not one stop. What was your takeaway from the defense yesterday, other than how bad they were?
Well, football's just an odd game. And I remember Brian Flores, they would ask him, like, what do you think of the game? He's like, dude, I got to go home and watch some film. And this guy's a pro. Game is so nuanced. It's very difficult, even with time in the film, to fully understand things because you don't know the calls and all this other stuff. But when you go through the film, and I did a little bit, I'm going to go into it more tonight. I have to take some happy pills. But really, it's a team game. So the front didn't play that bad, the front seven, but the secondary was terrible. And then you've got to add in, defenses that are tired. They give up plays. Rested defenses make plays. And you got two quick turnovers, then the running into the kicker. They were on the field forever. And you could see early guys putting their hands on their hips and stuff. I mean, Butler's not good for us. Duck was terrible. Even now he's injured. It's even worse. Coverage was bad. But the OC of the Colts had a great game plan, and they have a very good offensive line, tight ends, and a running block who made some stick blocks. Taylor did so good. And when you wrap that up together, I had said, in the lead up to the game, and I said even in preseason, with this front, I like it. But I'm concerned about the secondary. If you can slow that rush down and then test that secondary, how's it going to do? And it failed. So I don't think you could put it all. I mean, Weaver, even still Weaver, I thought got out coached a little bit, but that secondary he was blitzing, then he stopped blitzing, and he couldn't get anything going. I just thought he was really coached with one hand tied behind his back. The Colts understood the time of day, and then they let this team have it. I thought Grant, he had some pass rush. He struggles in the run block. That's an issue. I thought Jordan Phillips played well in the run stop. Sela had a good day, but like Jalen Phillips, they asked him to cover Warren. It was like one of the early plays. They knew we would focus on the run, so they run a play action to the right, boot out to the left, And then Warren comes out for the block, and then Jason Taylor just sheds him to get inside. And then all of a sudden, he just leaves him, and he's out in the flat by himself. And they knew they were attacking the areas where they knew the blitz was coming from. They knew we were playing high coverage, so the underneath was there, and they were attacking that all day. Conversely, on the other side, the Colts, they were playing over as well, and they blitzed a lot more. If you look, I wonder if that Jags played the way they did. I know, but that's their thing. But it was perfect tape to evaluate because that was their seconds versus our first, and it was portable to what happened here. And they just had a masterful game plan on offense. They understood. Now, Jones made some plays in managing the pocket, made some plays getting out there. But then when you tie it all together with these turnovers and then the running into the kicker, this was a gas defense. I like the front still. I think they're going to be able to dominate versus teams that don't have this capability or in our house with the sun. But this secondary is going to be victimized. It's not good. Jack Jones struggled. Rasul Douglas struggled. Melifanu struggled. There was a lot of problems. And what we like to do with Phillips, we can't expect him to cover. And there's a lot of stuff in the book going forward, but you're going to have a certain personnel type in order to accentuate it the way they did. Unfortunately, some of those teams like the Jets, the Bills, the Chargers, they're going to. I don't know about the Pats, but we have clear issues. So I don't put it all on the defense, because you lost Coe and you lost Duck, who still wasn't playing good. So as good as that front is, back end really lowers it. It's very tough. It's very tough. Besides Minkah Fitzpatrick had a pretty good day.
A lot of fans were worried about Dan Jones's legs, and he didn't even need to use them yesterday, which was wild. What do you feel? How do you feel about what Bradley Chubb said yesterday after the game? Said when someone asked like what happened, and he said a lot of freelancing.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah. So he said, yeah, he said they were. He didn't say it in those exact words, but pretty much saying, yeah, that the defense was freelancing.
That's a bad,
Oh yeah.
terrible sign.
Yeah, man. I couldn't even believe he and what like you said that out loud in front of the media, man. Come on. But
That's why I was a little
wow.
concerning when Brooks punched Dodson in preseason.
Yeah.
I like the intimidation. I like the leader doing that. But if this thing starts coming apart, because these defenses, they're going to be hit so much if we don't have time of possession. They're already gassed. If you get too much of that, then you're going to get guys tired, angry, hurt, and you could start seeing that fracturing, and that would be very, very bad. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And you seen, yeah, man. I couldn't believe I saw it late last night too. What's up, Cap? And we got Lou from Dade in here too, man.
Hey, brother.
You ever met Lou and Ashley?
No.
You gotta go on their show, man.
Yeah, anytime, man. I'd be honored.
Lou is an encyclopedia too. This dude knows so much about South Florida sports in general, but South Florida sports, he is on point with it.
Anytime,
But,
send me the link. I'll be honored.
yeah. I think we'll be on Thursday night, so you should catch that one. I think it's a few of us on their show Thursday night.
All right, cool, man. Cool.
But
we'll set it up.
yeah, Minkah can't do everything. How'd you feel like his game went? Because the corners were bad for sure.
Yeah, terrible.
Couldn't cover anything. Linebackers and D line. How'd you feel about that?
Well, look,
I know you mentioned a couple D linemen.
Well, look, Benito's not that good, and now he's injured. I think that you got the guys if you can keep it where they're not on the field all day and you're not going against this elite front. I think they're good. Not great. Grant struggles in the run stop. He's young. He's 21. You got to expect that. But Benito's not so good. I like Phillips, but sort of one-dimensional. Butler, I don't like at all. Chubb, I thought he played pretty good, although towards the end, it's hard to tell because it it was such a lopsided TOP that when guys get tired, it's hard to really evaluate them aside from their effort. But I do like the front. It's just not. It's not good enough to overcome that secondary. Like if you remember, we stopped them, and then there was that play by Jones where Duck jammed. I forgot who it was, but it was a terrible jam. He jammed him inside and slipped and stood and watched him, and that turned into a TD. Yeah. And that was right after, like, you could have stopped them. And
Mike McDaniel blamed the safety on that too. Said the safety could have cleaned that play up. Yeah, he did say that in his press conference yesterday.
Yeah, he could have stopped the TD, but it would still been a catch. There was a huge pocket there. I mean, Duck was like 2 yards, maybe a little bit more behind him. It was a terrible jam, So I'm sure the safety could have got there, but that was such a quick release. It's hard. You're not expecting that. I haven't really sat down and studied that specific. I got to go back. I'll look at it. But if you get that quick of a release, it's very difficult. Very, very difficult. I think it maybe could have stopped the TD, but
probably would have scored anyway.
Yeah, eventually, probably. Because at that point they're starting to get tired, and you could see it. You could see the guys like, putting their hands on their hips and stuff. They were gassed by like mid-second quarter, early second quarter.
Yeah, and if they were freelancing, that could be a product of being tired for sure. Just
your frustration too.
Yeah, there you go. Being down 30 at half.
That was terrible. It was as bad a loss as I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I think I watched most of that game just laughing at the screen. I usually crash out pretty bad. I usually, what I'm saying, I'm loud and what are we doing? All that. I was just sitting there, just, yep, here we go.
You could feel right after that. And even that Tua pick, I don't know. Some people were saying that he floated on him, but Brewer had given up the pressure. It was in his face. And anytime Tua throws off his back foot like that deep, it's ugly. But I thought Hill should have bent that more vertical rather than horizontal.
What Tua said was he should have progressed to Jalen, and that he probably stayed on Reek too long and held the ball too long. He's like, my feet were telling me to progress, but he let it go, and it just sailed.
Yeah, it was a risky throw. Oh, he did say it sailed.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's on him.
Special team.
Bad game. Terrible game by Tua. His worst game I've ever seen. He just didn't look off.
Yeah, then you got the whole, people going through replays looking at, did he have a concussion? All this is like, all right.
It's a lot of baggage.
It was just, yeah, exactly. People are just hurt by the past. They got to look for an excuse for that, for the bad play.
Yeah.
What do you think he said? What did you see what he said to Omar?
No.
Omar said, usually when you turn the ball over, you turn the ball over in bunches. And Tua was like, I don't like that comment. He's like, that's a wild comment to me. Like, when I turn the ball over, it's in bunches. He's like, it was just a bad day.
Yeah, you could tell by everything that's going on. And if you listen to the media, you know what the real temperature is. They're letting their knives out in full force now. And usually they don't do that because they got access and they don't want to go too far. They kind of know when things are in certain spots, and they're coming out with their knives. I think they understand that this thing is really in a tenuous position. I think they see it as something, because once you say that, now you've got animosity between you and the star quarterback. And as a person who relies on access, you only usually do that when you know guys are on the way out. So
I mean, Omar Kelly ain't never really been one to bite his tongue either. So
yeah.
Offensively, you said Patrick Paul played well. Achane, but that's the only two. You didn't like what you seen from Tyreek?
It's hard to tell, because you don't know. Remember, we have coverage read system, so I don't know what he's supposed to be doing. I haven't really broke down. I was a running back in college. I hated the receivers. I liked the offensive linemen. Wasn't too hot on a quarterback. The tight ends were pretty cool, but I usually always wait for the receivers at last. But they're very difficult because I don't know what their responsibilities are. I got to go back. He didn't really have much. You can go watch the routes, but I'm sure he was open and stuff. I didn't like that. Did they say he got a concussion or something like that? I heard he got.
That was he was on the after the game. They said he had a concussion. Oh, he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, that's not good. And then Waddle got dinged. I thought Waddle played pretty good, but it just really wasn't opportunities. But for the guys you can clearly evaluate, I thought Ingle played pretty well, but Julian Hill I didn't like, and I didn't like Tana.
Oh my! Hey, Ingle should not be running 10-yard digs.
No, no.
What is going on with that?
Yeah,
like Tanner Connor.
I still can't remember his name. No, he can catch, but there was one.
Yeah,
it was like a pitch outside. He just got blown up. He got blown up on I think another pass, but he can't block. So you've got an offensive line that struggles. You've got Achane, who I love, but he can't pass block. Then you got tight ends who can't block. It's not well built. It's well built if you want fun ball, but that doesn't work anymore. That's over.
Exactly. We back to the ground and pound teams, the physical teams, man. That little flash in the pan finesse ball, that's gone now. That only lasted a few years and it's over with now. A lot of the teams back to that ground and pound physical style of football, the way football is supposed to be played, in my opinion.
Yep.
So, who did I want to ask you about? Ollie Gordon. You're not mad that he only got 2 carries because the game was kind of got away from us quickly.
Yeah, so I think that's a big piece of it because if you're down, you want big play potential. And if you notice, they started riding Achane with the pass for a while. They couldn't figure out what to do. The DC had a brilliant game plan. He was playing over. He mixed in the blitzes, but then occasionally he would play under coverage. And so Tua would look and you expect them to play over, and all of a sudden they're playing under. And so they started. I can't remember what part it was. It was maybe towards the end of the second quarter. They had like 2 consecutive passes to Achane. They're trying to feed him. Ollie Gordon is a game where it's more close. Situational, but we really weren't in those good situations. He only had like 2 or 3 carries. So it's real. But I would have liked him in a pass block better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once Tua committed those 2 turnovers back to back, the pick and then the fumble, and then they scored on both. That was it. I was like, Ollie, you're not playing anymore. So, but let me ask you this, because I really want to know, and I kind of get a feeling of like where you would go just from watching you for so long. But if you were, let's say you were the GM of the Dolphins.
I wish, if only.
All right, where are you going with this team now that we have? I'm talking you. This is your opinion only. Yeah. You're the GM, not Chris Greer. What are you doing with this team now with Mike McDaniel after that loss? Mike McDaniel to just the total output that they put out yesterday. The team just failed yesterday. You think what are you doing, Curtis?
Well, look, if I'm a GM and I got more than this year, unlike Greer, I'm hoping, you got to ride this thing out, and you're expecting to get a good pick, but you've got to try to salvage what you can. And really, the reality is that if this thing does go deeply south, you've got to move off pieces. And if it goes south hard enough, I'm looking to move some of those pieces at the trade deadline. But I'm also looking to try to salvage Tua because you can't get him off him contractually till next year. And so you're going to want to move off him probably long term. And if he stays healthy for 2 years, you can go draft a quarterback and let him back him up. And then maybe, in 27, you can trade him and get something for him. But if this thing goes hard south, you're looking to be a trader at the deadline. You're looking to try to salvage Tua's career because he's something you can get something for. But there's nothing you can do. You've got to fill this cornerback group up. You've got to fill this tight end group up. you got to fill this offensive line. Daniels, who you idiotically invested, and that wasn't me, coming off an Achilles, got an ankle, now he's got a pec. Jackson, who you moved $9 million into next year, twice injured this season, this training camp, and now he's injured again with the toe. He's not good when he's even healthy. He's a wash. This team is in full rebuild mode. I mean, maybe they can salvage it, but I don't see it. I think this is a crash and burn season, and you got to prepare for that. You've got to prepare for that. And we got the picks next year to do it too, because
I know.
So this feels like they're crashing and burning, and they're setting something up for 26 with somebody else.
Yeah. And you could get off Tua's contract. You're just going to have a lot of dead cap. You're going to be in a Denver Broncos situation.
It's hard though, because we are really cap strapped, way more cap strapped than they were. So I don't know if we can, maybe somehow, but I don't know.
Pieces you would keep on the offense.
Waddle. If you said, I can have total control, Gordon, Ingold temporarily, Waddle, Paul, obviously Jonah, Brewer, but I'd like to move off him eventually because I'd move to a more conventional offense. That's it. Oh no, I'm sorry. Malik Washington, Taj Washington.
Yes, Washington brothers.
Yeah, that's probably my core. That's what I would keep. I'd like to keep Tua because I want to build him a cachet that I can get something out of him. And, maybe the miracle turnaround happens. Because you can't go wrong. If you draft a quarterback on a low salary and you got Tua, you could write it for a year and get this guy. Well, look, we got coherent people in here. Look, he's not bad. He stayed healthy. All right, then you make the trade. But that's it. I would get rid of Hill. I would get rid of Jackson instantly. Keon Smith, all the backup offensive linemen. Tana would be gone. Julian Hill would be gone.
You don't like Liam Eichenberg?
Eichenstein. No, man. No. He's if you've been watching him, he's I think he's a nice guy. I think Jackson's, but they suck. And it's the same thing. Look at Keon Smith, look at Jackson, look at Eichenberg. They just get shuttered and destroyed on power. Same kind of guys. They just don't work, though. They don't work. People have been telling me, "Oh, you're so bad guy." Look.
You don't got to be a bad guy to,
Yeah, no.
He's
just not a good football player. Not good football players. They would be gone. They're terrible. They're that crazy Chris Greer build that he has.
Yeah, it is. What about defense?
Defense, Phillips, Sealer.
You talking about?
Keep.
Those which Phillips?
Jordan Phillips.
Jordan.
Yeah, okay. Jalen Phillips. If he stays healthy this year, maybe. I'm moving off Chubb, getting rid of Benito, getting rid of Butler, keep Dawson for a little bit, keeping Brooks, Minka, because unless I get something really good for him. And that's it.
All new corners.
Gone. I mean, Duck, I think, might be better at safety. He just doesn't come out. He doesn't burst out enough. He's a little late on, and he's big, too. I could see Duck playing a safety role. And I'd keep him for that, but that's about it. Jack Jones, obviously, Rasul Douglas, Melifanu. So far, he's not floating my boat.
Jason Marshall Jr.?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, he got to, but I'm a little concerned about him, too. I'm not really that high on him yet. Like, I've seen some stuff that just, I'm like, all right, got to see him grow. He's so young. You're going to have to keep him. Right. But he hasn't said, I'm going to keep him. Who else is there? Maybe I'm missing somebody. That's about it probably, though. I would get rid of Chubb. If I get something good for Phillips, I would. Minka, I would keep unless I get something good for him. Ashton Davis and the rest, I get rid of. And, I'm not saying like right away. I might have to be placeholders, but I'm looking to get off them. The entire cornerback group, except for maybe Duck, maybe Kohu, but he's injured now and he's had some inconsistency, and he's going to be a free agent next year. Maybe I get a right deal for him, depending on the system I'm going to run. Willie Gay, I'd keep in, but he's going to be a free agent too. I like him, but he's kind of one-dimensional. Hey, Steve, what's going on, man? So that's it. I mostly did. Oh, Sammy's there. I didn't see
Sammy was venting. Oh yeah, Sammy's here. Sammy was venting last night. Hey, that was a great show, man. Everybody kind of like expressed themselves in the most honest way possible. Right after that game, that was wild. It's wild to give a take right after the game.
Yeah.
When you got, because I would have been on there F-bombing it up. And that's probably why they never asked me to come on those type of things. But
I've kind of gotten to, when I first started doing this thing, I was kind of like that. But now I've gotten so worn down as a fan and then as a podcaster. I really detach myself a lot because I don't watch the game like, I used to straight through, just, I'm constantly stopping, going back. But, if I believed in this build, I probably would get that way. But I haven't believed in this build since mid 21.
Like a month ago, I was saying, man, I'm just going to say they're going to go 0-17. So every win will feel good for me. And then, probably like a week ago, I was like, all right, starting to feel pretty good. Maybe I'll make a season prediction. And I said 9-8. And now I don't even see them getting half of that.
No, I think they will. I think there's matchups. I have to go through and look at them again. But if you got a team that doesn't have a great offensive line, then you're going to see that front kind of take over. And then if you got a defensive front that's not so great, maybe this offensive line can allow us to take advantage of it. I don't see 4 wins. I had said 7-9. I thought 10 was the hopium number. I've pulled that off the table. Yes. I think the problem is over the next 3 games, you got Pats, Bills, and Jets. If we're 1-3, I'm going to lower it to 6. But I don't think something big. 2 would have to go down for us to get to that 4 range because the league is built for parity. Yeah. So, but I think we're trending towards that 7 to 8 win, 7 win area. It's still possible, but all the injuries, even Benito Jones is injured. If we lose to the Pats, all bets off. Anything's possible.
Yeah. And that's why I'm worried about. I'm worried about these next 3 games. Obviously, they're division games, but they're all 3 against dual threat quarterbacks, which we always usually have a tough time. Now, Daniel Jones didn't even need to run because he was just lighting us up, lighting the secondary up.
Yep.
Didn't matter. But I'm sure if he needed to, he could have ran.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that's going to be a problem, too, because once you got that mobile quarterback, you've got to mind your P's and Q's, and then you could buy some time or, escape for the run. And then all that stuff pushes the clock up and then pushes the testing on that secondary, which is a major problem. Yeah. And Fields looked so good. I watched that game. He looked so good. Glenn's got that team with a right framework. So you got May who can move, Allen can move, and Fields who can move. It's going to be tough.
Hey, Lou has a question for you. He said, Curtis, what made you a Fins fan?
Well, most of my family is from New York, but about a third is from Tampa. And this is in the 70s. I'm an old guy. And so my aunt and uncle got me into football, my family's a big football family. And I had 2 cousins. And one was a jerk, nasty. I didn't like him. And the other one was the cool guy who would treat me right and I liked. So I went downstairs one day. I was playing football, but I didn't really watch it. I didn't understand. I was just running around as a peewee. It was this cool, dark basement, and the 2 of them were watching the game. And the cool cousin, he's got his girl next to him, and I guess I'm young, I'm like 8 or whatever. I'm like, oh. And they're like arguing because the one I didn't like was a Dallas fan, and the one I liked was kind of connected with Tampa. He liked the Dolphins. Plus, they were coming off the perfect season, and they're arguing about who's going to win, who's a better team. And I said, who do you like? And I didn't know. I said to the one I didn't like, who do you like? He's like, I like the Cowboys. I said, who do you like? He's like, the Dolphins. So looked at TV, sat down next to my cool cousin and his girlfriend. I said, I like the Dolphins. I joined the Bob Greasy fan club. Back in the 70s, man, late 70s. You got to cut the clippings out. They got me hooked up until it was what I could. And I was a Dolphin fan after that, So that's how it kind of started.
That's awesome. That's an awesome
I still remember.
story,
it's so
man.
weird because I'm so young.
Cousin.
I remember it. I remember it. I remember seeing. I don't know what was going on, but I remember the Dallas playing Dolphins, and he was on one's couch, and the other one was on the other couch. It's weird how you remember that stuff,
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, that's one of your first memories of liking the team. So,
oh yeah, it was.
He said just seeing the Bills and the Ravens playing last night, and we played them 3 times. Oh boy,
forget about it.
It's 33-8 was bad.
Yeah, it might not. Look, the Bills' defense, it's not good. We might be able to put points on and take advantage of that, but we're not stopping that offense. And then on the Ravens side, they're gonna just pound the snot because it's a short week. It's gonna be brutal.
Did Derrick Henry have 200 yards last night?
Something like that. And that critical. I can't believe the Bills won, man. I shut the game off 5 minutes left. I'm tired, man. This game's over. At least we're all 0-4.
They were up 15.
That's insane.
With 4 minutes. It's Josh Allen, man.
I remember being called a bad guy, not a Dolphins fan. I was a pseudo Bills fan because I said Josh Allen's better than Tua.
Yeah, well, I bet everybody's saying that today.
Oh, of course. How can you not? It's okay. Yeah. Guy's the best player. He's the best quarterback in the league. He's even better than Mahomes. Yeah. I like Mahomes a ton, but that guy is really good, and I hate to say it, but
I seen him make a throw last night. It was unbelievable. To the sideline, right over the defender, and on a line. It wasn't even.
And he's likable. That's the hard part. He's likable. He's not a bad guy. He's a nice guy. It's at least he could have been a jerk like Rodgers or something. He could have something. It's the ultimate stab in the heart. I wanted him so bad, dude. Gase wanted him, and they jumped in front. Imagine if we got him. We probably screwed him up.
Yeah. Sound about right. I mean, same guy running the show for 20 years.
I can't believe I had to argue with people saying Greer was good for years. It's hard to find him.
Because of what? What was their reason for that?
The media told them so.
Oh, okay.
It's also look, fan is fandom. I get it. If you're just a casual fan and you're not really studying the game and you're not really trying to figure things out, it's oh yeah, of course he's good. The media's saying it. This guy's saying it. I get it.
Oh, look at his draft. Cap says we cannot lose next week. 0-3 is no bueno.
Yeah, if we lose next week, it's 0-3. If we lose next week, it's 0-3. We're home. They're going to be roasting in the sun. But there's a chance we could. Vrabel knows how to stop
coach team. Exactly. I mean, they're going to play us physical.
Oh, yeah.
Vrabel
and a right side shot on the offensive line.
And all the soft talk about the Dolphins, Vrabel for come in there and be like, hey, punch him in the mouth. They ain't going to get back up. That's it.
Yeah. If we lose against the Pats, it's 0-4. And we're looking, I definitely think we can get to some crazy numbers because the team will quit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Totally quit.
Yeah. It looked like they quit a little bit yesterday. For sure.
I think so. I thought, Jason Sarney was saying, I didn't really notice, but he said Mike McDaniel looked like he checked out. And I think maybe there's some to that. He looked shell-shocked. He looked like I don't got the answers. I'm way over my head.
Yes.
What the hell? What do I do, man? What do I do?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. He ran out of answers. And I had never seen Jason like that ever.
No.
The way he was yesterday, I was like,
He's even keeled.
whoa,
Yeah. He's not like me.
yeah, exactly, bro. He went off, man.
I know.
You gotta appreciate that. You Dolphins upsetting even some of the most, like you said, even killed, like calm fans, man. That was crazy yesterday. It was crazy. 6, 7 months to get ready for this game, and then Daniel Jones looked like Peyton Manning out there in the Colts uniform.
It'd have been
Didn't
one
even
thing if
need to
you
run.
got beat, but you got manhandled, you made
Yeah,
mistakes, and there was no like late surge.
yeah, and I think it's stupid for people to be like, "Oh, it's Tua's fault." It's Tua. No, the whole team defense didn't stop him one time.
Yeah.
So how can that ain't Tua's fault? But hey, Tua, it's on you too.
Oh, of
It's the
course.
whole
Yeah.
team. You part of the team. 3 turnovers, and you looked like he looked like him and Mike McDaniel pretty much had the same look on their face yesterday.
Yep. Yep.
Like they didn't
Yep.
know what to do.
But the thing is, it's like, let's be realistic. Tua's got a great release. He's got accuracy, but he can't.
Limited.
Yeah, but he can't throw deep outs. He can't scramble. He's got the injury history. But why do you build a high flying offense for the quarterback to drive the team? It makes no sense. You could have simply built this team like a lot of teams are being built. Good offensive line, a very good tight end, nice second blocking tight end, one speed receiver, one guy, nice little rotation of backs, work the play action. You could still get the quick release because when you run
Hmm.
that play action, windows open because guys freeze and you could still take advantage of it. But the way they design this thing, it takes advantage of his skill, but it's so limited and it makes him carry the whole thing. And he's not capable. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
No. He is not a Josh Allen or a Lamar.
No. He's like a
He,
Mayfield. I like
yeah.
Mayfield's traits better as far as leadership, toughness, mobility. But you got to,
Mayfield has a stronger arm too.
yeah, not as quick release though, and not as I don't think he's as
No.
accurate. But
Yeah,
so
what's it?
you've got I forgot who it was said a coach's job is to put guys in positions to accentuate their strengths and hide their weaknesses. So if you think about that, however you think about Tua, is that what this offense does? And yeah, the quick throw does it, but that is so limited. If you had the quick throw and a good offensive line, you could run the football, then you could run your play actions, all this other stuff. But it is so unidimensional. It takes
And
advantage of a small part of his skill set, but it
and
accentuates his
Curtis,
weaknesses.
you got 4-2 guys, and it limits them
Yeah.
because they can't just run down the field and run past their guy because the ball ain't gonna get there. So it's like,
It can. Look,
uh,
if it can get there, it's the deep outs. Like, so he could throw a deep out, but he can't take. And he can't be off platform like Josh Allen and send it sailing. But he's had a lot of deep connections. A lot of times the guys are pretty open. He can hit up to about
yeah,
30 pretty well. But the problem is you got two Smurf receivers. You got nobody buying the LOS leverage. So they're taking away that deep throw. And then you have nothing underneath. And then you have an offensive line that can't sustain a block. And so it's just not built right. You should have just one
yeah.
of those guys. You can't spend a whole draft on Hill, 2 firsts on Waddle, and then you screw up with Jackson and Eichenberg, second and third. I mean, this thing isn't built like,
No
somebody
egg
was
monogamy.
retarded. Oh, yeah. It's just, it was built because Chris Greer thought he was brilliant and a genius. He's
Could have
not.
had Lamar Jackson.
Should have.
Should have. Bring him home
Should have.
twice. Could have
Yeah.
drafted him and signed him when the Ravens were, you know what I'm saying, playing with him a little bit that offseason.
We're clueless. We're totally clueless.
Yeah. No conviction about what they want to do. Changes every year.
Every year.
And yeah. Mike
That's not what
McDaniel,
football's about.
you didn't. Yeah, no, definitely not. You didn't when I told you you were the GM, you didn't say anything about Mike McDaniel. You
Oh, he's
said you're
gone.
gonna run. Oh yeah.
Gone. I mean, maybe Weaver, I'd have to evaluate that, but I would just go out and interview GMs. Like if I'm the GM, let's say I'm the owner, I would get
Start
myself,
now.
yeah, I would get a GM. I would say, GM, come in. I'm signing the checks. I'm not interfering in football. You make the full say. And I would go and interview the coaches. I put Weaver in the basket and see which the best one is. And that's what I would do. I wouldn't just take Weaver. And I have a concern that that's what they're going to do,
Yeah.
unless
Just
they
hand.
totally gut the whole thing. But I don't know if Ross is going to do that. He's like 87 or 88,
Nah.
and he likes control.
And he loves Chris Greer.
I think he's got
Greer's
to
not
move. He
going
can't
anywhere.
keep Greer. No, he's got to move. He's got to. I mean,
Maybe the promotion, but
yeah.
he's not leaving the organization.
Yeah, and that's the problem too. You got the other guys, the Money Man and Garfunkel.
Mm-hmm.
They've got influence. Football's not like that. You know, I always use it as a military analogy. World War II, the Nazis had Hitler, and he was constantly promoting guys, and no one had full control but him, and it would constantly shift, and things wouldn't get done on time. But the Allies, they had supreme commander. And it was
Mm-hmm.
just top down, straight down. And that's what you need. You can't have the owner and the money man and the media man coming in and making decisions. Like this year, the purse strings were cut because the money man wanted it. Like, that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. You got to find a GM that can make the right decisions. Business shouldn't cut into football. So I don't know.
You don't think they said, "Hey, 2023, look at this team we gave you, Mike," and you still couldn't do anything with them. So this year, and even last year a little bit, we're not going to spend as much as we've been spending. We'll try to start building. I mean, you like this draft?
Well, I'll take it back to the prior question. 2021, Flores has his issue. They totally do a media push to make him a monster. Obviously, he made mistakes. they had to make him the bad guy of all bad guys, and Chris Greer was the poor old Willie's guy. He got bullied around, which is BS because in 21 he just cut Van Noy to piss Flores off. Greer is one of those slidey kind of guys that's quiet, but he's stabbing you in the back, but that's what he says.
Mm,
And then they brought McDaniel in with the whole flying in. I'm going to save you, Tua, poor Tua. But then in 23 they raised ticket prices like crazy amounts. So they just wanted to raise ticket prices. They wanted to smooth optics. They want to massage over the ugly image. So I think they know all this. And I'm wondering, it's like, maybe they're just trying to get this thing to be the tank they've always wanted.
yeah, but why not do that years before? Like
They
you didn't even.
2019, they did.
Well, you could say that because they hired a guy that's never been a offensive coordinator, never been a head coach, had him pretty much come in, learn on the job. So you could probably say come
Well,
in,
I think
but
they
why get
hoped.
Tyreek?
No, I think they couldn't find anybody in 22. Nobody wanted to come here.
Yeah, why would
Whether
they?
you like Flores or not, it's a coaching fraternity. You could see what they did to Fangio on the way out, making fun of a nasty old man. But they had a long history of that. Look at the people who were coming in here. They didn't want to work with Greer. They didn't want to have the control. They didn't trust the organization because they never know when you're going to get screwed. And so they had to go with McDaniel. He wasn't the number one guy. He was like number 3 or 4. And so they did whatever they could. And so we got a green guy. We got to just try to duel his talent here. Try to get, you can't raise ticket prices if you crap out. So they went all in. They made this thing that had glam for, 22. Tua got injured, and you could ride the Tua sympathy and say, oh, well, he'll come back and whatever else. Raise the ticket prices. You made the playoffs. I don't think maybe that was the original intention, but I think they definitely intended to raise ticket prices in 23. But they had to create something to move off those bad optics and get themselves in position to raise the prices.
And
I think they knew the cost too. Yeah.
Yeah, 2023 comes. You got number 1 offense in the league. Let's raise them again. Let's raise them again.
Yeah. And in
I don't know.
24, they were selling, oh, you're more concerned about the O-line. Everybody knew that team was going to suck.
I
They
think we
lie
just
all the
too.
time.
We're too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lie right to your face, and
Always.
smile at you while they lie to you.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I think that the whole organization from Chris Greer is just soft, man. We need to get real football guys in here, like that know what they're doing, man. Know how to build a team,
Yep.
which man. You build a team from the trenches out. Start there because that's where the games are won.
Yep.
Yesterday,
I've
what
been
happened?
fighting that fight for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna be fighting that one for a little bit more, a little bit longer. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we finally get a coach, the next coach. Because I don't see Mike McDaniel here too much longer.
No. But I wonder if you're going to be, look, if you get a guy in here who's a serious guy, he's a hard nose. I think, like, I always say a GM's got to be half barbarian and half erudite,
Yes.
half scholar. But if he's a real GM, he does not going to be interfered by the money guy and the media Garfunkel guy, and he's not going to have Ross coming in telling him what to do. So how's that going to work? A real GM, his career's on the line here. His reputation, his legacy is on the line here. He's just not going to deal with this, like, many voices corporate approach. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I just don't know how it's going to play out.
It reminds me of the situation with Vrabel in Tennessee,
Yeah,
how they
agree.
brought in that
Perfect.
GM and that guy, what he did, trade AJ Brown, you know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
seen how pissed Vrabel was about that.
Yep.
And yeah, and then Vrabel ended up parting ways shortly after that. So that's what it will be like if Chris Greer stays the GM though. If you
He
get a
can't. There's no way.
hard-nosed
I
coach
don't think the
like
fan
that.
base will accept it anymore. They would revolt.
They've been People have been flying planes with
That's true. That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? Fire Greer. Come
I
on,
just smoked
man.
some
If they ain't
hopium
listen,
there for a second.
that's it. That's it. If they haven't done it, then come on. People spend that's some money on that.
I know.
A
I know.
flyer on a plane, that's some pretty good money right there. If you doing that Fire Greer and they don't care, yeah, they want the money, man. He getting the money from the Dolphins. Dolphins is a historic franchise.
Yeah, with that
And
F1, man, he's milking it, man.
yeah, killing it. He got something else too, right?
I don't know. I just know
He
the
got,
Formula
he got,
One thing, F1 or
yeah.
whatever.
FIFA's coming here too.
So if he's making money hand over fist, what does he matter? Just got to pretend like you were trying to win.
That's it. And Greer keeps playing his game. Lou said, ridiculous if they raise prices again this year. There will be a lot of people that walk. Yeah,
There was a lot of people
you
walk
got
this year too.
yeah. Yeah, that's why so many available seats every time you go online.
Yep.
Every game, there's so many available seats. It's crazy. Like
Sucks.
people are waiting to see if they get good. I already bought my tickets to the Chargers game, so it should be fun.
It's
Should
a
be fun.
beautiful stadium, man. I went with my
Yeah, it
wife
is.
last year in Buffalo, and it was a blowout, terrible game. But it was still, my wife was like, I loved it, man. I want to go back. And she doesn't like football. She doesn't know what the hell football's about, but she just liked the whole
Tennis.
thing.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Your wife,
Oh,
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
she just loved the stadium. She loved the whole feel of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice, man. And I like how they upgraded a lot. That was all Stephen Ross, right?
Yeah, yeah. He does a great job with that. It's just the rest of it, I think, is an issue.
It's just the football. Seemed like
Yeah, he just
everything
wants to
else, there's
interfere
his
too
team in.
much.
Yeah. He said, "Can we bring back the old logo and unis too?" It's not gonna happen, man. I mean, we lucky we got a alternate jersey this year with the rivalry one. You
Yep.
like that one, or are you old school, Curtis?
I like the old style. I'm kind of it. It was grungy. It was hard. I didn't mind the Jimmy Johnson logo. That was kind of still pretty good. I like
Yeah.
that one a lot. But then the more it became streamlined and postmodern and illustrator, I kind of got lost. It's just it's too
Diluting
soft.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just too. I like the old,
with the helmet.
caricature. Yeah, and I remember Jimmy Johnson made him with the angry
Hmm.
mouth. I like that.
Now it just looks like it's typical Dolphin.
Yeah, it's got little character.
We
Little
won't
character.
kill the Dolphins. Missed them good defenses, man. Hey, Dan Marino era. We were spoiled, man. We were spoiled. Didn't win a Super Bowl, but we were
No.
spoiled with a good team. And
Yeah,
then still,
mostly, mostly.
we done had a lot of good teams, just not great teams, really.
Yeah. Yeah, the last
So,
really good team was 85. I like the 90,
yeah,
92. But they were still limited.
yeah,
There was still a few pieces away, and Dan Marino covered up a lot.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
A lot.
and now we gotta cover up a lot for Tua, right? The team is covering for Tua pretty much.
And two was
Mike
covering from the
McDaniel.
offensive line and McDaniel. Because you got
Oh,
to
of
look,
course.
remember this. People don't really not, you need to think of it this way. So if you're an OC, you have the strategic part, you have the game plan, the overall philosophy you're bringing in. And then you have the tactical, which is the designs of the plays, when you're calling them, the adjustments at halftime. So it's a full spectrum experience that thing you're doing. And Mike McDaniel, he takes these packages, the huge verbiage, because then he's offloading the responsibilities to the receiver and the quarterback. And we have a read coverage system. So we're reading the defense, and then every guy's got to know, well, if this guy goes here, I go here. This guy goes here. And so basically he has this huge verbiage. He hands it in. Then they got to process it and do it. And it takes a responsibility away from him, where if you had a progression-based system, you have to be far more tactical and dial in at the right times. And so this is why it's this general thematic of like, it's the same stuff over and over again. We can't even get audibles.
Yep.
And so, you're covering from Tua because he does have weaknesses. But then Tua's ability to throw fast covers his terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
And it's able to take the responsibilities from McDaniel, who could barely handle his gig as it is, even though it's diluted.
It's wild. That like a lot of fans, just everything bothered everybody yesterday. So
Oh, yeah.
did you see the one catch where they didn't call it a catch, but it was a catch when they showed it on the replay? McDaniel didn't challenge it.
Yeah. He didn't challenge it. He's clueless. And he even wasted a
Got the first down,
timeout.
right? Yeah. Oh man.
Now look, you have to be loosey goosey.
First game.
Yeah,
First,
he knows what time it is. He knows it's over. Everybody knows it's over.
don't you think you would see a lot more desperation though? Like, damn, I better get this right.
Look, if a potato head like me can look at the film and say, "Oh, dude, we're screwed." It's not that I'm real smart. I just you understand offense. Like when an OC, it's like we're so clueless. It drives me crazy. It gets me angry because if you're an OC, the very first thing you're thinking about is your protection and your blocking. That sets everything up. You're not running 7-step drops if you have 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're understanding what your talent level is in your pass protection and blocking, and then you're building out from there. And then week to week, you're matching it up against your opponents. So all his talk about being happy with this offensive line, either he's smoking some real stuff or he's insane and doesn't know the game of football, which I don't think that is because he's a run game coordinator for the 49ers, or he understood the time of day. And if he understood the time of day, just imagine that. Oh, hey, I'm going to a fight and I got a water gun and these guys got machine guns. He can't do it. He doesn't have that ability. It starts with protection. And notice how in 2023, we were throwing 2-3-5. That was our clean throw time. The very next year, we dropped it to 209 and 204. And people are like, oh, they're doing it for Tua. Well, he threw a 2-3-5 and he had his most vertical attack ever. And you could say, well, we were concerned he was going to get injured in 23. But then we dropped it down in 24 when he was healthy all season. So it's clearly a way to mask Greer's terrible offensive line, his lack of physicality, and to keep things flowing so McDaniel doesn't have to dial it in more. But all the way through it, he knows. Maybe year one, he was like, oh, let me see. But when you start seeing that protection breakdown, you have to, that is a clear sign. I dropped it this much. And it is definitely to mask the flaws in what we've got. And so I think he knows. And even there was a quote from him when he first got signed, and they were like saying he was talking to Shanahan, and he's like, you take the job. He's like, you never know if you're going to get this opportunity again. You can set your family up for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And so, we want to say this. He came in and played the game and all that other stuff. But who would turn down that opportunity with that kind of money?
Exactly.
But when you start seeing like, oh man, like I'm screwed. What do? You just got to keep playing the game. Well, it's kind of like water. If you put water on top of the table, and he says all this stuff just to like not even have to answer these questions. There's no way he could talk like that in real life. And I've seen him break down film. And he doesn't talk like that. I think it's an position.
You seen Hard Knocks? He don't talk like that to the team.
Just like every time he says that's seconds running off. Exactly. Get me the hell out of here, Phil. Yep. He knows. I think he knows he's done. I think he knows this thing is finished.
Yeah, but why give him the extension then?
They had to because you got optics. And who you going to get? You're going to have to fire Chris Grier. And you don't want to do that because he's your like adopted son. So you push it forward. You say, coming back. Look, everyone was hyped up again this year. So you hype it all up again. Oh, it totally crashes. It burns out. Grier looks like a total jackass. McDaniel looks like a jackass. Fans are rallying. Get rid of him.
Still got to pay him.
He doesn't care. That stuff is chump change to him. Chump change.
Yeah,
but right. In the same process.
Mike McDaniel making what? 10? Maybe 8 million?
Nothing. And here, look, if the fans are now saying, tear it down. And you're like, well, I got no choice. You get your draft pick, you tear it down, you appease the fans, and then you get to restart it all over again. Last year, though, there's a lot of people who like Tua, like McDaniel, even still Grier fans. Oh, why are you doing it after now, if this thing goes south, you are totally free, obligation free to get rid of them, and you'll probably pick up a good pick.
He won't do anything until his pockets is hurt, man. And that's when season ticket holders not renewing and people stop showing up to the games and stop buying the merch. But that's not going to happen.
No. And remember too, this is a $1 billion organization. They have AI running social media algorithms, financial algorithms. They know the time of day, when they need to do what. They're totally checking all the sites. This AI stuff is running everything. They know when the media gets too hot. They know it all. It's $1 billion organization. They're doing stuff that you have no clue in order to gauge the time of day and the weather. And there's things in the background that they're doing that we don't even know. I mean, so it's just, it's such obfuscation. There's no way to fully understand what their plans are, but they are way ahead of us. And they'll lie to us. They've proven they'll be willing to lie. I mean, Ross stood up when we fired Flores. Tua's our guy. Yeah, we were back him. Unless the other coach doesn't want him. Meanwhile, he had Peyton, who didn't like him, and Brady in the background. He knew that they were trying to move off of Tua, but he lied to us. And nobody ever said, "Hey, you were lying," because he knows that the big time media, they can't hold his feet to the fire because they'll lose access.
And so it's just a game. The only coach that would really coach too.
Oh, yeah. And they knew too that McDaniel, look, all the fans who are unhappy, who's the perfect antithesis of Flores, the bad guy? McDaniel. Hi, I'm Woody Allen. I'm just like you. I love Tua. He loves me. And it's like they know this stuff. Like they have massive marketing and propaganda and image consultants with AI. They know the deal. He was like the perfect float.
Yes. Hey, Tua, come watch this cut up of 700 plays of you.
Yeah. Oh, and remember the plane ride? It was like this dramatic, like well scripted.
On the phone with Tua.
Yeah. oh, poor Tua's finally safe
Can't
from me.
wait to give you a hug, man.
Yeah. And I remember he was even saying, "You saved Tua," and like, then eventually Tua was like, "What?" Like he was all in on it, and then he was like, "Whoa, I'm being pimped."
I had a chance at Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh and blew it too. Yep.
Yep.
But
Yep.
but those guys they're not gonna get along with Chris Greer. This is probably why they didn't come here, to be
No,
honest.
I think they would have came here and then they would have got rid of Chris Gear, and those guys had the
Who
cachet
had to?
both those guys had the cachet to tell Ross. See, if you go back to the beginning, Ross was afraid of Parcells. He was intimidated by him. He said it, quotes. And Parcells thought he was like sketchy. And that's why the
Mhm.
breakup started. And then he had problems with Sperano, who's a hard-nosed guy. And then he got Philbin, who was the young Don Shula, who's like, Mr. Wet Willie over there. And then he moved on to Gase, who was kind of more his style kind of guy. Remember,
Yeah.
he thought Tomlin was too hip hop. And then he brought Flores, who was like, I'm not, whatever you like him or not. He's like, I want to win. I'm winning. I'm not compromising it. Football's my thing. And they bashed heads. And then he got McDaniel, hey, man, he's got a guy. He's got a model. But Peyton and Harbaugh would have came in with that cachet, and they would have said, we're doing this. He'd have been like, oh, okay. Because he does want to win. But
Yeah.
he just doesn't mesh with the warrior type, and he hasn't found the warrior type that has the cachet to put him in check.
You don't think Chris Greer had nothing to do with any of that?
He's a yes man.
Yeah.
Jump, Chris. How high, boss?
Chris Greer looked like he's a sneaky type though. To be like, hey,
Totally.
if we bring him in, then he's gonna do this and this, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, remember, we had Hickey. No, after Bullygate, no, we couldn't get a GM. So we bring Hickey in for a year, and then they use that to filter in Chris Greer. They get fire Hickey after a year. They use him and toss him away. And then they got Tannenbaum and him and Gase are arguing and battling. Then they got rid of Tannenbaum. They got rid of Gase, and they gave him everything. And then Ross was intervening with Flores, and Flores was getting upset. And then Greer came in and fired Vinoy to spite him. And then, it was just all like, well, I'm not talking about it now. I'll talk about it someday. And then, like, Chris Greer's, Brian Flores got dead bodies in the basement, and everything that ever went wrong was all him. And then even in the presser this year, they're talking.
Ain't that still going on?
Oh, yeah. Remember he said this year, McDaniel came in and he had the way he's doing it. But now he's doing it like us as far as the team protocol. Like, they'll throw anybody under the bus. Anybody. They're sketchy.
Lou said he wants the next coach to be jacked like Dan Campbell or a slob like Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah.
Not some puny Best Buy Geek Squad looking gay sedan.
These guys are warriors. Do you think they're going to look at somebody like that, and like, oh, yeah, a funny joke. Hey, we're buddies. Sit down with them on a bed. No, they don't even want that. I mean, they might want that in their mind, like, oh, dude, I'm having a free ride here. It's like the substitute teacher. But if they want to win, they want the guy that's going to grab them, and then also they like.
Yeah. And look, like Jalen, you couldn't have, he can't keep really good players either, man. Look at all the players that's done left, retired, everything. No respect for Mike McDaniel. Those stories don't come out like that, and it's not true.
No.
Like, oh, he didn't get the respect. That's players talking about that. And people want to come down here because we probably practice soft. They're like, look how they're practicing. I could just make easy money. Yeah, all right.
And get the nightlife.
Yeah, exactly.
Tax exemption.
There's plenty down here. Yep. Especially that state income tax. No state income tax. Do what I want.
Yeah.
Show up late.
I mean, look at Vrabel. He got rid of Jabril Peppers. He made Keon White a backup.
Yeah.
That's like, whoa. And then the players even saying, like, dude, we were a little intimidated. He came in and said this and this, but we respect that.
Dog. Vrabel is a dog.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
He's coaching with a half a 10 in. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Man's man.
That's what the team needs. We need
Yeah.
power. We need strength. We need character. And the leadership doesn't have it. I don't know if we'll get it, but getting rid of these clowns is definitely addition by subtraction. It's over. It's finished.
Yeah. So Patriots. What do you
Can we
think?
beat them?
If we don't win, we can beat them. I believe that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we don't beat them, it's
Forget
over.
it. Fire sale. We'll lose to the
Yeah.
Bills 0-3. Then we'll probably lose to the Jets. We're in their house. It's a short week. We're already wounded. If you watch them play, I watched all our division games.
Yeah.
And I thought the Pittsburgh was going to blow them out. They were moving Hayward. They were moving Watt. They had a great game plan. They knew what they were doing. And Glenn's got them right. And Fields looked darn good. He made some throws. Like, holy cow. They are serious. The defense is perfectly matched with this run style offense, lets them rest. They made big plays. I'm not saying they're a good team, but they're a coherent team. They're a tough team.
Jets.
Yep. And Fields might develop into something. I didn't think that. It's only one game. I'll give it more time, but I was so impressed by that game.
He's had flashes his whole career.
We'll lose to them.
And the Patriots?
What about them?
You think we win this weekend?
Look, we got the sun. My biggest, if we had a full offensive line.
It might be raining.
Oh, that would be bad.
It's been a terrible weather week.
That would be bad.
This week is all rain.
If it rains, we might lose. But, look, football is about weak links. Yeah. You're going to have the most beautiful play, and one guy misses a block, and the whole thing goes down. And so if you look at this team, you're looking at Tanakana, can't block. Julian Hill's all over the place. Keon Smith and Borum. That's a lot of weak links to attack. And I think he could take advantage of that. Now, on the other side, though, our D front can take advantage of that. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not good, but McDaniel's over there is a brilliant OC. So they're going to have the coaching edge on offense and defense. And you saw that advantage this week. So that could be a problem. I think we could beat them, but I thought it was like, oh, yeah, we'll beat them. And then after this game and after these injuries and what I saw, it's like, I think we can.
I'm going back to a month ago. 0-17, brother. After what I heard yesterday with Chubb saying they were freelancing, this game one. See, it ain't even.
Yep.
It's game one, and
you're convincing me.
Freelancing, and then you got McDaniel saying today in his press conference, "Oh yeah, a lot of people didn't do what they were supposed to be doing."
Chaos.
Obviously.
No, you've changed my mind. I'm glad I came on here, man. You've given me a lot of information, man. You've changed my mind a lot.
But it's like these things shouldn't be happening in week one at all. No. When you had so much time to prep, and you ran your fucking mouth the whole preseason, talk about culture change and all this. And then what? What
remember, Brewer said, I think we could be the best offensive line in football. Why not us?
Oh, please. Oh, please. Never believe y'all again. I'm gonna ride out. I don't think we beat the Patriots this weekend. I think it's gonna be a lot of sad Dolphin fans at Hard Rock this weekend.
Oh my gosh. If we lose to the Patriots,
fire. They won't, but everybody will say the same thing they said this week after this loss to fire McDaniel, get rid of Chris Greer, get rid of Tua. It'll be the same thing, and then next week they'll be back out there doing the same thing against the Bills.
Well, listen, if I'm the GM and my owner's like, dude, this is a tank season, you're going to want to ride this thing till week 7 or week 8 because you don't want to put Weaver in there and then get to like 8 wins. Then you lose your pick and he might not be your guy. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep this thing. And plus, too, there's people that still like him and you want to make sure that it's. So I think he'll go to like somebody was saying earlier, I forgot what is after the Washington game, maybe to fire him. I think that's more and more likely now.
Yeah. And that is right before the bye, right? That's
Yeah.
week 11.
That's when they'll do it, before the bye.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the next coach a week, 2 weeks really
Yeah.
to do
Oh.
something. But yeah.
Just think
Oh,
of all the
it's
offensive coordinators we have. Smith, Bevel, the other guy we
yeah.
got from the Texans. These guys can't think of nothing, man. I don't get it, dude. It's crazy.
Or they are, and Mike McDaniel's like, I don't care what you gotta say. This is my offense.
Wow, man.
Seriously.
Wow. I felt bad. And now I'm like, oh man, DEFCON was it DEFCON 1? DEFCON 5.
Yeah.
Which is the worst? I always
I
forget.
I couldn't believe I'm hearing that after week 1, Curtis. Come
That's
on,
bad.
man.
I
Yeah.
remember all the talk about the culture's changed. We got guys who buy in. I've never seen a group like this before. As soon as I see that, I know I'm being sold. That's like such a
Yeah.
that's such a dude, snake oil salesman.
Yeah, they bought out yesterday. They wasn't buying in, they was buying out yesterday. I'm telling you. It's bad, man.
Yeah.
And it could get really worse. Steve said Patriot game 50-50 for him. Yeah, man.
It's
I'm on the
possible.
other side.
Well, dude,
I
think about it. No Benito, no Daniels,
so many
no
injuries too, yeah.
Jackson, no Duck. You're worried about concussion with Hill. Who else is dinged up?
Everybody.
That's crazy. And they're gonna slam you this week, man.
Tua might have a concussion. We won't know it. You know
Nope.
why? Because he's not saying he got a concussion
No,
again.
dude, his career's over.
They're gonna exactly. Come on, man. I don't know. I'm trying, but I don't know. After hearing that, I know, Cap. I know. It's
Cap for
bad,
life. What's
man.
going on, brother? I know Cap.
Cap a real one. Yeah, man. Cap a real one. Well, yeah, man. We've been on for quite a bit, man. I think we talked about. Hey, could probably talk to you for another hour. So, for
You're gonna
real.
catch the Monday night game soon, right?
Exactly. So I'm gonna call it. And hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Honor for
Anytime, brother.
sure.
Anytime, Adrian. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll
I gotta
definitely
have you
do
on
this
my
again.
channel too, man.
Oh yeah, anytime, bro. I'm free. I'm free, man.
Awesome.
Most
Awesome.
most nights.
Yeah, we'll set
All
it up,
right.
definitely. I want to try to get
All
one of
right.
those 4-guy panels or something, and just
Yeah, there you
moderate it.
go. What do you
I didn't. I just.
what do you
I
record with?
really.
StreamYard?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that good?
Sammy got me on this. Yeah. Real good.
Nah, I don't
EV
know.
Mux. Yeah, it's nice.
That's
It's
awesome.
nice. It's nice. I mean, he knows how to do a lot more with it. Obviously, if you watch Fence TV, that dude is a production master for sure.
I'm the
Crazy.
opposite.
Yeah.
I screw this thing up all the time, dude.
You're
It's
just like
terrible.
start and it's on the same screen the whole
Oh,
time.
I'm like one of those monkeys just punching buttons. And then I go like this. I go like this.
Mhm. Got it. Yeah, man. I was like that when I first got this. I was using something that was nothing really before. But I don't know. I came to this and I'm like, "Ooh, yeah. All right. It's
It's good.
easy.
And I like your
It's
intro too. I
easy."
gotta do one of those fancy intros.
That's Sammy.
I know Sammy's
I'll
great.
ask Sammy, man.
I know. I don't really do much live. I'm trying to figure out what to do to lives.
Yeah.
But I probably I'll start one up again.
Definitely do like a panel
Yeah, I
or
like that better.
you and someone else when you do lives.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun that way.
Yeah.
Real
It is.
reactions right there, man.
Like I
You ain't gotta
said, just
record
talking to you,
nothing.
I didn't really even hear that stuff about them like not, doing their own thing. That's a major piece of the puzzle. That changes a lot. And I wish I heard that before I did my podcast today. I mean, it didn't, I
Oh
still
man.
believe we suck, but that's like an anchor, So I appreciate the information. That's why you talk to people, even if you
Yeah.
disagree with them.
Exactly. Appreciate it, Lou.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah, man. Hey, Curtis.
Thank you for showing
You
up.
got the for sure. Yeah, man, for sure. Hey, you got the new show with George too, right?
Yeah,
On
Saturdays at
every Saturday?
10:30. Yeah. And then I
All
do
right.
AFC East Shakedown on Mafia Sports Report. He's a Bills guy, but I've known him for years. He's
Oh,
a great
nice.
guy. And he got one from all 4 AFC East teams, and we do the thing. It's not going to be fun this
Oh.
week. It's not going to be fun this week.
Oh man. Hey, at least only one team won though.
Yeah, I know. But I If
They're
I lose to
talking
the
cash
Pats,
book.
man, that's gonna be a long season.
Oh boy, you better buckle up.
I know.
All
Not fun.
right, man. Till next time, brother. We'll definitely. Hey, boy, if we go 0-4, I'll definitely have to be like Curtis. Let's go.
I'll melt
A
down
lot
to.
of shows.
They'll
I
get my
said the
fully.
best. Yeah, I said the best thing about this week is gonna be all the Dolphin podcasts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's interesting. This is. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
hope it go. Look, either we want some kind of super duper success, or we want this thing to be as hard south as possible to get some change and a good pick. It's either or. The middle of
yeah.
the road stuff is a death sentence. So, but we'll see.
Extremes.
Yeah. Thanks, brother.
Extremely
I
bad or
appreciate.
extremely good.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But
All
thank you for
right,
having
man.
me on, Adrian. Man, I'll be back soon. I'll have you on do the stuff. Let's hope
For
we can
sure.
talk a little bit happier stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, somebody could get fired.
Oh. You know, I'm telling you before you go,
Not
man.
yet. Not yet.
Yeah, if Chris Greer got fired, I would feel like 100-pound weight was taken to deal with that guy every year and argue with people. If you clean house on this thing, I would actually smile again. It's so hard to do it with those guys on my back. Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
great. That'd be great.
it will.
Anyway,
It will. Brother, enjoy the game tonight.
you too.
Should be a good one. Should be a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'll talk soon, man. Everybody fins up. And in the great words of Jackie Moon, everybody love everybody, baby. Goodbye.